Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader and in this video, we are taking a look at the market for this upcoming week. We'll take a look at S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, United States oil. We'll take a look at some tech stocks here as well. That is, we'll take a look at Netflix. We will also take a look at Meta and Apple, and we'll see if time allows, we'll take a look at some other tech stocks as well. Anyhow, before going further, as always, none of this is any financial advice, only for education purposes, just sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing. Now, before going further, so in this video, I will be explaining the price action as always and what to look for going in this week, but also as we'll go through these stocks, I'll also be showing you my tools. So if I don't to avoid repeating every time how to access my tools, because I receive so many emails and it's much easier for me to just tell you right away, is you can check out the details in the description of this video. Here are the memberships. There is a stocks coverage membership. There's a trading tools membership for the tools which will help you to trade in real time. This is the membership you would want. If you want to combine both, the members only stocks coverage where I talk 25 plus stocks with my members, plus the trading tools, then you need a third tier. So there are 3 memberships. You can choose what you like. Details and the link to my membership, this very page, you will find in the description of this video. All right, so let's start off here with S&P 500. Now, as to my members, I have mentioned in my videos, which is members only videos, that this zone, as we start to establish and get above 653, there is first leg of bullish strength that will start to build up, even though we had to be careful at 200 days moving average, as it may possibly limit the upside cap. However, or it will act as an upside ceiling most likely. However, then we had a gap up provided some news came from the Middle East situation. Now, back then, and yes, I did a video for my members back here as well, telling them it's all good, overall structure is still bullish. Okay, forget about any bearishness, everything has to be bullish from here on. We already had the early indications of the start of strength from $650 area, and so did my also tools told us so. Let me show you this one tool of mine, easy day and swing trading tool. As you can see, strength started to build up right at that zone. We had a bullish structure there and we continued still in the bullish structure. You can see we are still green. Okay, so again, as I said, my tools, you will find the details in the description of this video, the very page that I showed you just few seconds ago. So S&P 500 continued in the bullish structure, and to my members, I also mentioned that if any pullback happens, it's just a pullback. Overall structure will continue to be bullish even after this day. Well, when we had a gap up, I did a pre-market video and I mentioned that that's okay if any pullback happens. It's just still going to stay bullish, and you can see we got bought back up and are continuing up as well. All right, and at to this point where we are, as we continue to stay above this still 660 to 664 zone on S&P 500, overall everything, our sentiment needs to remain bullish. But if you took a position, as I just showed you, if you have access to my tools and you are using my tools to make the decisions, you started a position, let's say over here, where you have to be careful a pullback can happen. Now my tools will give you early indications of that. Also the onboarding videos will teach you how to use the tools, but once you join the membership. But the point is that to tell you the early indication, and this is where my another tool comes in helpful, that is my universal indicator, which part of that also marks these all significant levels automatically for the support and resistance that you see here. Now, so let's get to the hourly interval. Yes, there's some multi-day weakness possible. However, where will that happen, or where will that trigger? S&P 500 is right now looking very strong, still very bullish. The problem is only below 676 and 50 cents area, this significant level right over here. marked all automatically by my tools for you. If we lose this level, then we will see some multi-day weakness for the week. If we stay above that, not too much to worry. Our continuation to the upside will remain intact. We can continue to hold our ongoing bullish positions. But if we start to lose 676, you would want to consider taking some partial profits from this recent ongoing bullish strength, because we may look, because you don't want to hold through the pullback. You want to optimize your profits, even though overall structure will still remain bullish until that very zone of 661. But do you want to really go through that pullback? You can reload after the pullback completes, right? But you want to take some partial profits, optimize the profits. And that's where the zone on S&P 500 is what I'm saying. All good until 676 area, okay? Only below that, technically 676 around 50 cents. Only below that is where some pullback may happen, okay? All good so far. S&P 500 is still very bullish. So yeah, it's not that, oh, it's extended and situation a little bit is still back and forth in the Middle East, but the point is that structure is bullish. You have to trade the structure at the end of the day. All right, so that's S&P 500 going in start of this week. All right, let's get to NASDAQ 100. And as I showed you on my tools as well, guys, my tools will tell you everything what to do. Excuse me. NASDAQ 100. Similarly, I told my members on NASDAQ 100 as well that 582 above, we will start to turn in the bullish strength. Let's turn on my tools again. And as you can see right over there, and yes, this was all bearish. I told my members, and if you have my tools, you already knew where we were bearish and where we were building some strength, right? And this is where strength started to happen. So this will help you to make trading decisions in the right direction to make money, okay? You need to use the tools to make the right decision. You don't, excuse me, you don't want to make decisions blindly, okay? Now this is where strength came again. We turned bullish, and you can see we are still in the bullish structure. Now, here, we will continue to remain bullish as we continue to stay above 594 and also $600. The point is that 600, well, technically even until 594 will stay bullish, even that pullback happens. The reason I said $600 is just a level above where it's just next level of bullishness, okay? The point is that though, at this point, you just want to see where a pullback can happen this week if that has to happen. So let's get to the hourly interval. So far, so good. NASDAQ 100 is also very strong. 610 above, no problems. Bias, everything needs to remain bullish starting this week. If we lose 610, there is some weakness possibility, at least to start off with intraday. And then if we lose 607 area, then it's the multi-day weakness, which is a pullback on the overall structure. But as I said, you don't want to hold through the pullback. You want to size down, take your profits, and wait for the pullback to complete. Anyways, I told my members all of this about these stabilization and run-ups, as well as the structure was continuing in the bullish strength. I provide updates to my members based on what membership you have joined, as per when the stock market requires the attention on, or how the price action is looking like. Again, all the details to my memberships, link is in the description of this video. All right, now let's move on to United States oil. Gonna keep it very simple with the oil. I do think we have a top here. Okay, again, where will this, again, just because I said it's the top doesn't mean that's gonna stay forever, the top. The point is that the price action, this will continue to remain the top as long as we don't break out above $131. Okay, we continue to stay below $131. We do have a top confirmation here, and we are in the weakness. If anytime we break out above $131, this weakness bias is over. You can't trade then weakness to the downside. Okay, that's where your stop loss has to be then, which in this case potentially oil is on the short side. All right, so that's pretty much how I'm going to keep with United States oil, just to give you the sentiment of the oil. Again, different oil indices or funds will have different tracking. United States oil is more of a future contract, but depending on what you are looking at, again, across the board on oil, we do have the similar price action of almost forming a top here. All right, let's get to some of the tech stocks here. Let's start off with Netflix. Okay, so Netflix. Let's turn on my tools. Let's keep it very simple. All right. Bullish strength structure came right over here, $79. As you can see, my tools are already telling you everything. This was all bearish play. Look at it. You could have made so much money on the short side, and where you would have gotten out of short right over here when the structure turned green and you are trading bullish strength. This bullish strength continue. I gave my members this zone as well right until there. Again, my tools is telling you everything in real time. And then pullback got completed, bullish structure continued again, right? And we are still bullish, and I provide these updates to my members as well. But if you have also my tools, everything is right in front of you in real time. You can trade intraday, swing, multi-day, however you like using my tools. Okay, now we are on Netflix continuing to be bullish, and so far so good. Everything will continue to remain bullish on Netflix as we don't lose $99.89. And also our earnings are coming soon. If we don't gap below 95 and 82 cents area, we will just remain fine on Netflix overall as well. Now earnings are soon. Well, if gap up happens, we want to see a gap up above 200 days moving average. That will be a game changer for much more continuation, and that will open up the retest of the all-time highs. Anyways, I'll be talking to my members as always, doing my regular coverage with my members on the membership side of the things. But this is for now. Netflix is still bullish. My members knew all these trades, and also if you have my tools, you knew all these trades. Okay, as I just showed you. Let's take a look at Meta. Similarly, Meta also lately turned bullish. This was the zone. Right above this strength would have came pretty much 585 above. Meta structure turned bullish. Again, that's sure. I can show you my tool again here, and you can see structure turned bullish right over here again above that zone. Now the point is that Meta is also bullish right now. Okay, that weakness period is over. Pullback, can that happen? Well, overall pullback at this point until 587 is just a pullback. But since we are extended, where will be the pullback confirmation or sign that will start to appear? If we start to lose 628 starting next week, there is some weakness possibility. And if we continue to stay below 628, consider sizing down the position, or consider that at least for multi-day intraday some weakness is possible, then until 609, and then level by level. But the point is that if we stay above 628, momentum will continue. If we lose that, we do have a room to test 609 this week. But the thing is that Meta is still overall bullish even until 585. Structure has changed on this thing. All right, let's take a look at Apple, and we will wrap up with that. If you are interested in all these 25 plus stocks, guys, here you can see the list here. All these, I already did the video for the members on my Patreon. Link is in the description of this video. All right, if you're interested. Okay, let's wrap up with Apple. Apple also is bullish right now. Sure, I can show you my tool here again as well. We turned back in the bullish structure at 255, and that's why I gave this zone as well, that as we continue to stay below 254, we will remain the negative structure which we were already in, and but above that we will be in the bullish structure. And yes, we are continuing in the bullish structure on Apple. Apple will continue to stay overall bullish as we stay above $255 area. It's not too far away to even consider a pullback. Right now it's just a start, so I won't suggest like you literally have to size down the position, but just if you want to be a little bit careful or be aware, if the price structure a little bit gets weak, that will be below $260. If we close any day starting this week below $260, we will a little bit go sideways here. And in the little bit of a weakness, that is momentum will escape. Okay, but if we stay above $260, everything has to continue to be to the upside, to the bullish side on Apple as well right now. All right, again, my tools will tell you everything in real time across different intervals. Again, onboarding videos will teach you how to use the tools once you join the membership. If you're interested in joining the membership, you will find the link in the description of this video. That's all I had for this video, and with that, we'll see you in the next videos, guys. Take care, bye.